So before getting into our top 10 list, it's important for you, the listener, to understand how we arrived at our top 10. How did we sort and rank them? Well, we made this decision based on 4 criteria. So 1, did it define the essence of K-pop? So essence of K-pop is that certain essence, that certain vibe,
je ne sais quoi,
that concept, that sound, that energy that you can only get in K-pop and not in any other industry or genre of music. Number 2, did it move the genre forward? Was it innovative, or did it move the needle in some way? Did it break out the norm of what we've conventionally heard from years past? Number 3, was it distinctive? Did it define the year? Did it become a pop culture moment in some way for the year? And then number 4, popularity. So was this a popular song? Was it highly viewed, highly streamed? Did it win many awards? Did it have many dance covers from different dance cover teams? Was it was it requested a lot for K-pop DJs in the club? And did they just play that song and then someone else come up again and ask if the DJ could play it again? Was it that sort of
experience for Peter?
So it was those 4 criteria. It was not an even weighting of those criteria, but those are the 4 kind of factors that kind of influence our decision. And we kind of left it up to our own editorial judgment to figure out, in referencing those 4 criteria, how would we rank this? So,
that being
number
said,
10.
So coming in at number 10, we've got the viral sensation Touch by rookie group Cat's Eye. This one, I thought it was super catchy, and it kind of changed my view. I was really skeptical of these very diverse K-pop groups at first, but this one I was like, this could fit into K-pop.
Yeah, debut put them on the map. It was their debut song, but Touch was proof that they could do it.
Yeah,
and it was a very catchy song.
Also, TikTok challenges proved how catchy it was this year.
Mm-hmm.
And at number 9, we are diving into the genre-bending masterpiece that is TXT's Deja Vu.
Oh, yeah. I just love how it calls back to I Need You, BTS. And in the production, the sound quality, the yearning in the audio composition, the choreo, the reaching and bringing back to your heart. I didn't know that I needed more of that in my life, but I did.
It was like a surprise, showstopper song. You would listen to it and you'd be like, okay. I'm sure that means something to the fangirls at home who need their episodic ballads, but you would play it at a random dance and then you would see people dance to it and do this physically very intensive choreography to it. And then you would get it requested in the club. You're like, is this a club banger song?
No.
Would you really play it? My instinct would be no.
But,
and then you play it, and then everyone's singing along. You're like, okay.
Got to do it.
Okay.
Give the people what they want. The yearning.
Yeah. Yeah. And, it's this is not, if this is top 40, you wouldn't expect to hear this in a top 40 sort of format. This is a really distinctive K-pop thing, and a really,
Talk about essence of K-pop. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, and in a BTS vacuum, this filled that spot. So
yes,
yes, and it combined both emo rock and modern production.
Yeah, no one's really putting out that sound right now. We needed it.
All right, and coming in at number 8 is XG's "Woke Up." And this was the song that, as a DJ, is really frustrating because, usually you mix out of the chorus, and the song is just, beginning to end one long rap. Versus, nonstop rap.
The chorus comes really late, and the chorus is, the worst part, in my opinion. The verses go
two
hard.
choruses in the song technically, but like it is like that's not the focus. The focus is the rap.
Little girl with a big mouth.
Yeah, and it's like so visually distinctive. This is a song like we were debating like earlier, like, oh, should XG be on the list? And we're like, yeah, because XG really moved it forward. And it's so funny, like 2 years ago,
shaved her head in the music video.
That's right. Yeah,
just for that, they got to be on the list.
And it was fun also seeing like all the K-pop dance teams like dressing up like them in the costuming, like the same like wolf hat, costuming and everything. But a full like a rap song like this as a feature title track is not the norm for K-pop, and it was very popular. Like I remember the first time someone requested I play this at a random dance play event of all things. I was like, really?
You sure?
Yeah. I was highly skeptical, but I was wrong. It was a very popular song. So XG's woke up.
This is something that I show to my non-K-pop friends.
Yeah.
And they are impressed.
Mm-hmm. They definitely earned the extraordinary in their name.
Extraordinary girls. Yeah, that's right.
Ex-gals. All right. So our number 7 spot goes to aespa's Armageddon. Armageddon.
Oh my God. Talking about something that's so visually distinctive. Like I've talked about this when we first talked about the song when it came out. Like dark and like terrifying but exciting. Like I compared all the visuals to like biblically accurate angels. Like something that's just so scary but also beautiful at the same time.
I just feel so empowered and badass singing along to it, listening to it. I can do anything.
You can get it done, Stephanie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there are a lot of fun remixes of this song, I'll also add. But what I like about the original is that the drum track of it used like a very traditional like 90s like hip hop like drum loop. And then it had like this like weird synths layered on top of it. So it was like a really, seemingly dissonant blend of elements, but then it actually comes together in the end.
Yeah, one of my favorites.
All right. And at number 6, we're getting up there, y'all. It's LE SSERAFIM's Smart, which sparked some interesting discussions.
Despite the interesting discussions, fans were definitely divided on, whether this was cultural appropriation, how close was this to Tyla's Water, and why did the girls have to pronounce smata like that with that accent? Remember that whole discourse? It seems so long ago, but for better or for worse, this was one of the top songs of the year. It had staying power. You just can't deny that it was a moment, and we will remember 2024 for that dance, that chorus, and the splash they made.
Yeah, I would go into nightclub events, and then sometimes I get like the song request list in advance. And I remember seeing stuff like, I'm leaving unless you play LE SSERAFIM's Smart Tour. And they would say Smart Tour because everyone's, they don't know the name of the song. They would always say Smarter instead of Smart. But because of the pronunciation that Stephanie mentioned.
Smata.
Yeah.
And number 5, of course, is another LE SSERAFIM track that takes us to the club.
The club.
Sorry.
The club.
Sorry. To the club.
Where we all fam.
LE SSERAFIM's Crazy.
I think it's so funny that like there are certain phrases in the song in the first verse that have become so distinctive, like Otaku Bestie, Pikachu. Like these are songs I would not expect. Like I would expect this to come out of SM Entertainment, honestly. But like it came from left field and it just like blew up. And then we had copycats of this. I don't know if it were copycats, but it just poorly timed everyone that came after them. So Baby Monster Drip, aespa Whiplash, like, they were all kind of in the same, like, what is the name of the gay dance troupe that was featured in this music video? But anyway, everyone's trying to copy that, like, queer voguing dance track and style. And it was like kind of the next evolution, honestly, from their Eve Psych and the Bluebeard's Wife
from last
song, which was really popular last year.
Oh, yeah. I loved that one.
Yeah, so it was in that style of the gay dance troupe, Juicy Couture, which I'm mispronouncing. Yes.
And I would say this track like really hits it out of the park in terms of moving the genre forward. We are in favor of actually highlighting, celebrating, collaborating with the originators of the art forms.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, having them in your video, right? Having them in the production team. And we're talking about, Black and brown folks, LGBT Black folks included in the video, centered. And this is what we want to see more because, like, where are you getting this stuff? Where are you getting the inspiration? Like, just work together.
Yeah, Young Posse should take a note from that, honestly. Yeah. But it's like it's this minority thing that's becoming more mainstream, like through this like lens of K-pop.
Yeah. Shout out to Chungha, for leading the way and also for dropping like a fire, like banger with I'm Ready this year.
Yeah,
she
but
did
not
it
on our
first.
top 10, to be clear.
Not in our top 10, but just like if we're going to talk about crazy, like Chungha did this first a while ago.
Yes.
She paved the way for Listen From Crazy.
The queen.
And Baby Monster. And Espa. And probably Kiss of Life. I'm sure they're going to do a version of this. Yeah. Okay. All right. So our number 4 spot goes to Islet.
Let
me see.
We've been working on this, Peter, all year.
And our number 4 spot goes to Islet and their debut song, Magnetic.
Yep. Islet is Hybe's newest girl group. They came out swinging with this one, like really catchy earworm. I hate to admit it, but it gets stuck in my head all the time. I've heard it all over social media. They killed it.
Yeah, and everyone doing the finger thing choreography.
The finger gun pointing thing.
Yeah, following maybe trends that New Jeans maybe have started this past year.
It was when it came out, I was like, oh, this is a great New Jeans song.
Ouch. All right, and coming in at number 3, we're really getting down to it, y'all. I'm feeling excited. Number 3 is AT's Work. Hey.
First boy group on this
every
list.
time I hear that, I want to start singing to it. I want to start dancing.
It was just the beat, Like it was the very simple, stripped down beat. And it's not like we're asking for much.
And the
honestly.
little horn.
Yeah. Or the flute that miraculously sounded like a clarinet. But it delivered. Like we asked for something and ATs gave it to us. And certainly like in the hip hop friendly regions here in the Bay Area, it was a very, 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 very popular song. It was a bit of a departure from what we've heard from ATs in the past. And we got a successor follow-on to it with Ice on My Teeth, which is also very similar. And, I'm just so glad that we had ATs still delivering this, like, unserved lane in, like, music, sound, and quality in K-pop for the year. So that's why we're so proud to recognize them as the number 3 ranking on our list.
Yep, and shout out to the members who are clearly like hanging out on TikTok all the time and answering the fans' requests. I think fans made a version of the dance challenge that involves like twerking, and the members have started to do that version of the dance challenge as well.
Yeah.
Like instead of gotta work, you gotta twerk.
Till after the official promotions were over so they could, give respect to the original choreography and then do the fan version.
Yeah. More of that, please.
That reminds me, I should make an edit where they say, gotta twerk. Instead of gotta work. Yeah.
Woo.
Generative AI, we can do it.
Yep.
And now our next song at number 2 Of course, it's Kiss of Life, Sticky. Come on. The summer banger of the year, guys.
Yeah. I mean, like, we kind of described it earlier, but the song, well, there was a little Surf and Smart, but Sticky, like, really nailed it. And just moved the genre
In terms of the sexy
forward.
summer.
The sexy summer, the
Yeah.
different dance styles that we got. I think Kiss of Life, they just owned it themselves as entertainers.
They're possibly stepping in as new queens of summer with the Sistar lane open.
I would say they replaced Sistar this year. Yeah, they really did. They outshined, like, this is a song Hyolyn might take, but I don't think Hyolyn, I hate to say it, I don't think Hyolyn could have executed on it as well as Kiss of Life did. And I think Kiss of Life also just has more of that experience in their training to do, like, more risque dancing. I hate to say it. And that suited them really well for this song. And
I mean, Sistar 19 did come back this year, but they're not on this list.
Yeah.
yeah, they're just not following the trend. And this, at least for the first half of the year, this was the trend. And I can see this being, like, in the greats. Like, when we do this episode 10 years from now, someone will pick this song as their song, as the song that defined 2024.
And maybe defined fifth gen girl groups.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
I like Michaela just keeps
here we
asking
go.
that question. We'll leave it to you, listeners, to decide if that's fifth gen or not. And now, the moment you've really all been waiting for.
There's been a lot of those moments. What? It wasn't Ho Anthem?
No, it wasn't Ho Anthem.
Banger Clanger?
It wasn't Crying in
Bang,
Your
bang.
Pillow?
Or Best Remix or any of those other songs. No. It's the number one song of the year. But before we get into that, first, we have to, like, cover our
A message
here.
from our sponsor. No, just
A
kidding.
message from our sponsor. No.
Please sponsor us.
Yeah, no, this is where we say, like, we have to acknowledge all the stuff that, like, we didn't already address in this episode, just to, like, cover it off for posterity, and also for all the listeners who are like, well, why did this make it into, like, the top 10? So we're gonna do, like, a really quick, like, shout out to all those songs. So shout out to G Idol's Klaxon and Wife. Those two songs were popular, just not in our top 10 for this year. It was no Queen card. New Jeans wasn't up here, so we had How Sweet. No, How Sweet. They also had their song Supernatural, that New Jack Swing song, but still just not top 10 quality for us. G-Dragon's Power, as well as the song Home Sweet Home, really great, notable shout outs for this year, but not a top 10. BB's Bamyang Gang, My Hit Replay, this year, and a very popular song. And when I went to H Mart earlier, I saw Bamyang Gang and her on it. But just not in our top 10. Same thing with Lee Young G's Small Girl song. Ace Here in the West is just not a Western K-pop song. Maybe it's a popular song in Korea, but not in K-pop by international fans. 17. Like, where did they go? They had their song Maestro. They were consistently
Spell.
popular. Yeah, they also had, what was it, that what was that? La La Lee?
Yeah, they were consistently, like, in the conversation, but the individual tracks did not hit, like, as I don't know, as much as the ones that we highlighted so far.
Yeah, like
just
super
barely.
super last year was like, as the name implies, it was super. Like, it was really, it was a really good song, and I still play that song, right? In 2024. But like Maestro, La La Lee, we didn't have anything like that from them this year, despite their current retaining popularity. And then they had a great concert, a great tour. I love their song. What was it? Hey Ya. Like, Hey Ya was a really good, like, song to play as, like, a quick mix song just for the chorus. They also had their song with David Guetta here toward the end of the year. It was like a remix of the Japanese song. So just didn't make it into our top 10. But We See You. They were a contender for quality, but we had to give that to Hypen. But they were there. And then Hypen.
Yeah, we gave him the quality award. So we we love you and Hypen.
And then ITZY. They're still around.
What? Dang. You ain't got nothing more to say?
Yeah, I don't know. They had a tour. I like them, but just nothing, no song that defined the year. And then TXT is so popular, as we mentioned earlier. We gave them Deja Vu.
They're number 10.
Yeah, okay. And then Boys Next Door,
They
exist.
Highlight.
And then Black Swan. I don't know. I wasn't going to even mention Black Swan, but they were in the Apple documentary. Anything you want to say, PDM?
Oh, that face. Looks could kill.
I'm sorry, just the audacity. They are paving the way for mixed nationality K-pop groups in a lane that I think even Cat's Eye can't touch.
Ooh.
Just saying.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Honestly, what Black Swan has is an example of really bad management. Watching that Apple documentary, contrast that with a hype team. But okay, all right. So that's not me doing a good job doing CYA, but you get the idea. So these were all moments that we just wanted to recognize. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, the number one song, the song that defined the year of 2024, the song that where is my list?
You have a whole list of anticipation building phrases
that define the essence of K-pop.
Ah, yes.
Move the genre forward. Define the year.
Was incredibly popular.
Was incredibly popular. But y'all already know what it is, right?
It was an unexpected collaboration that took the world by storm.
And it's the new wedding music song, Forevermore.
Oh, man.
I don't know. PDM, you want to announce our winner? Our number one song of the year?
It's Rose and Bruno Mars, APT. APT.
Yay!
I mean, we've got a whole deep dive episode on this where we talk about it at length. I love how Stephanie introduced the term spicy white into our nomenclature.
Lexicon.
Lexicon here. But this is without a doubt, no one would dispute you. This is the most popular song of the year. Is the most memorable song of the year. Even if you're a Once or an ARMY or a Blink or whatever fit, or I guess Blinks would agree, but
a carrot,
whatever. You would be oh yeah, Rose and her song Apatia killed it. And it was, I had to say it, but it was also kind of the surprise breakout out of all of the Blackpink solo members, and it came from the most benign places, just a jingle, a chime from what you would play in a party game, and creating a whole song production off of that basic melody proved to work.
Yeah, because even though it's our number one in K-pop, it is all in English, but to that point, Peter, it is centered around something that is so uniquely Korean.
Yep, Korean drinking game. Drinking soju. What's more Korean than that?
But on a technicality, there is Korean in the very intro where they say something game start.
Game.
Yeah.
Listen, game.
And then they do say apartment, all Korean.
Yeah.
So. There you go.
Well, that's what makes it spicy white appealing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah,
it deserves the number one. Yeah. That's
I mean, we've also discussed it might even be the song of the decade. To go that far, it is what
Let's check back in next year.
Or in a few months,
Gangnam
to be
Style
honest.
was over 10 years ago at this point. So I think this occupies that next 10-year slot for sure. And also shout out to Bruno Mars for his pre-chorus in that song.
And his first music show win for this song.
Yay, congrats, Bruno.
Okay, well, that wraps it up for this year's 2024 look back at K-pop.
Congratulations to all the winners of the Kpopcast End of Year Awards. We are oh so proud.
I think now's the time where people will write in the comments and give us 1-star reviews for saying like, oh, why didn't you include this? Or like, why is this like not number one? Or why is my artist not represented? You can let us know in the Kpopcast Slack, and then our other people can debate you. Also, now's the time to ask, who's not in our top 10? And let's chat about that. We did not see Twice. No. We did not see.
And specifically, like, who's not in our top 10 that we gushed about in our rankings and awards last year in the